Jesus or Barabbas? Which one would you choose? What a silly question, you may think. Of course Jesus. How could that stupid crowd from Jerusalem even think about choosing freedom for Barabbas, that criminal and murderer? Who knows what he did? He may kill again. He should have remained locked in the jail. He is a very dangerous person. I don't want him to be free and to be near to my family and other people. I would never have chosen Barabbas. I would always choose Jesus. But would you? Would I? How about if I told you that there are many times when you join the crowds from Jerusalem and scream along, "Release us, Barabbas"? So let's start from the beginning. There is so much happening in this long reading of the Passion of Christ, so many people involved. There is a mix of happiness and fear, a mix of deep faith in the Lord and betrayal. However, the one thing that stays in my mind and which I can't agree with is that moment when Pilate asked the people which of those two prisoners should he release to them. And they screamed, "Give us Barabbas." More than that, when Pilate asked, "And what should I do with Jesus?" the crowd screamed, "Crucify him, kill him, we don't want him." So sad. So sad, and not only sad but very hard to comprehend. How could they have made such a terrible mistake? How come they became so blind? Barabbas was a terrible man, a sinful man. Yet Jesus had no sin, he didn't do anything wrong. Instead, he was there to love, to heal, to bring life, to bring hope and joy. He was there to forgive. How could the crowd of Jerusalem have asked for Barabbas, but not for Jesus? We can't understand that. I can't understand that until I realized that I too joined that crowd of Jerusalem. When? It happens all the time when I choose evil instead of good. Each time when I choose to sin. Obviously, in those moments I don't choose Jesus, I don't ask for him. When I sin, I too ask Pilate to release Barabbas. I choose Barabbas, not the Lord. Think about that this way. I scream I want Barabbas when I cheat. I scream I want Barabbas when I lie. I scream I want Barabbas when I speak badly about another person. I scream I want Barabbas when I lose my faith in the Son of God. I scream I want Barabbas when I hurt others. I scream I want Barabbas when I forget to pray and when I avoid Jesus in the sacrament of the Eucharist by skipping Mass. I scream I want Barabbas all those times when I choose to do evil instead of doing God's will. So many times you and I choose Barabbas over Jesus. Because if you have chosen Jesus, you wouldn't have committed all of those sins just mentioned. If you have chosen Jesus, you wouldn't have committed any sins. Unfortunately, there are times when we choose evil. We choose Barabbas. That crowd from Jerusalem rejected Jesus because they didn't believe that he was the Son of God. They rejected him because he was telling them how to live a good and moral life. They rejected him because he was always speaking the truth, and they didn't want that truth. They rejected him because he told them to forgive, to love, even their enemies, to pray even for those who persecuted them, to share. They rejected the Son of Man and chose Barabbas because it was too difficult for them to love God with all their hearts, minds, souls, and understanding, and at the same time to love another person as themselves. That was way too much. They knew that if they chose Jesus, they would have to follow his ways. That's why they screamed, "Release to us Barabbas." But Jesus, crucify, kill, remove. If you truly want Jesus to be your Lord and Savior, you must follow his way. It is not an easy way. It will require a lot of sacrifices. You may be ridiculed, rejected, persecuted for being his follower, but this is the only way. The choice is yours. You can scream, "Release me Barabbas," and live as you always did, or you can shout, "Give me the Christ," but that would require a total change of your life. So where are you in that crowd? Do you still want Barabbas, sin, and evil to be the Lord of your life? Or you are ready and courageous enough to ask for Jesus and welcome Him into your life? On this Palm Sunday, let us stay away from the crowds of Jerusalem and instead scream, "We want Jesus." Release to us Jesus, not Barabbas. And let's go to work, and God bless you.